Is this frame okay? Ugh. Let me see. There we go. Yeah. Oh, well, hi guys. I'm trying out like a new setup for my room. So let me know what you guys think about this setup. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys like a news update of what's going on and my opinions on things that have been happening recently. To start off, I wanted to talk about um, the new La Liga match that's going to be happening in Miami between Barcelona and Real Madrid on December 20th. Yeah, there's been a lot of opinions going on about La Liga wanting to play matches abroad. There's been mixed opinions about it. A lot of people are saying that it sort of like removes the integrity of the game if you move matches to neutral venues. And typically in La Liga, you have 38 games to play, out of which 19 games are home and 19 games are away. And so if you play some games in a neutral venue, then you're losing your home court advantage in those games. Well, I, for one, I honestly do not like it. I think it takes away from the spirit of the game. I think home games should be played at home and away games should be played away. And it's kind of sickening to see how football is transforming into a sport which just cares about money. Everything is about money and revenues. And I get it, for the business to grow, they need to find new avenues of making money. But I just feel like this move of moving a whole match to a neutral venue, um, is against the integrity of the competition. Frankie De Jong actually spoke about this, and basically what he said was is that he feels it's unfair to the players that they're making them travel for so long. He's upset that nobody's listening to the player side of things, and that makes a lot of sense because I feel like there's just too many matches going on right now. There's so many matches, and the demands on the players is crazy. And something that nobody's actually talking about is like, okay, yes, the demands on players is crazy, and the bigger clubs like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester City, all these clubs are expected to have deep squads. But what about the other clubs, the clubs like Villarreal or something like that, who also have a very rigorous schedule with the number of matches? How are they going to like cope up and make a very deep squad? Because they don't have the funds or the resources to do so. Laporta also spoke in response to Frankie De Jong's comments, and he sort of like brushed it away in the sense that he sort of made it look like Barcelona has nothing to do with this decision, which we all know is far from the truth. Like in our current economic situation, we've had to sacrifice a lot of that integrity, I feel. And this is just one of those instances where like we just need to find these pockets of the extra revenue, and we're willing to do anything to get that extra revenue. And it's quite sad, but Laporta is basically brushing it off from the comments being directed at Barcelona, and he's spawning it off more to like, oh, this is what La Liga is saying. We're gonna follow whatever La Liga says. Yeah, do I believe that he's entirely like innocent and he's just complying with what La Liga says? No. Obviously, Barcelona does have a lot of financial incentive in this game, and so does Villarreal. And I think that's mainly what they're looking at in playing this game. Well, in other news, as you guys know, the international break is going on, and oh my god, the international break, I don't know, guys. I just miss club football, and the 2 weeks of, or like the weeks in between of international breaks. It's just so boring. I don't know if I'm the only person who feels that way. I'm sure like a lot of people hate international breaks, but yeah, it's like, I don't know. There's just so many international breaks now in between the football season, and it's kind of boring. But yeah, sorry for ranting about this. Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, and Fermin Lopez haven't like, they're still recovering from injury, so they haven't gone on international duty, obviously, and hopefully they will be back at the end of the international break. And I think the idea is for Lamine Yamal to gradually get back in the game against Girona, and also we have a game against Real Madrid later in October, which hopefully he is fully fit for, and the same for Rafinha and Fermin as well. Something that's in the news again is that Danny Olmo is injured again. Guys, um, when we spent 60 million on him last year, are you telling me that Barcelona executives did not or were not aware of his rich injury history and the fact that he's a very injury prone player. Now, we all know that Danny Olmo is a great player when he's fit, right? Everybody knows that he's world class when he's at his best. We saw that in the Euros against Spain. But it's no secret that he's had a very tough time in his career, just sidelined by injury. And that's really unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it's happening to him. But let's not act like we didn't know this when we bought him, right? We knew that he was an injury prone player, and we still spent like 60 million, which is not cheap given our current financial situation at the club. But it just happened again, guys. He's had an injury to the calf muscle, I believe, and this happened during Spain's training, and now he's not able to partake in the games up ahead. I feel bad for Danny Olmo. He hasn't been great all season. He's been very inconsistent, and even the games that he has been playing, it just seems like he's not like contributing much. And I've mentioned this in my previous videos. I don't want to keep talking about it, but it's just sad to see like a football player with that much potential like not living up to his standards even when he was fit, and he had the chances with Fermin Lopez out to really prove himself, and we expect him to like link up with Rashford, link up with Torres, bring in that creativity in like the final third when you know nobody else is being creative. He's that sort of a player. He can do that for us. At least on the bright side, I think Fermin Lopez will be fit at the end of the international break. So it's really sad to see Danny Olmo go. Yeah, and I hope that he can like they put him on the program that they did for Pedri, because Pedri was having a lot of recurring injuries as well, and I think they put him on this recovery plan where they focused on his conditioning and got it right. I do hope they do something like that to Danny Olmo as well, and then we can put all his injuries in the past, and he can focus on playing good football again. So in the midst of all this news, sad news that's out there, something that's good that's happening is that Ansu Fati is on a tear right now. He's actually scored 6 goals in his last 4 matches, albeit some of them are penalty kicks. I get that, but he's just proving and what a clinical player he is. We all know that when he's at his best, he's one of the most clinical players in the world. When he was at the top of his game, there were very few people who are as clinical as him. And so I'm really happy for him. I'm really happy that Ansu Fati is finding his stride again in Monaco. Even if that's slow and he takes like a whole season, I'd be really happy if he gets his confidence back. You can see it in the way he plays. You can see the way he's smiling when he scores goals. He's aggressive. He's looking to score goals. He's not being passive in when the ball is in play. He's actually looking to do something, like looking to attack, looking to shoot, looking to score. And that's a big difference. I didn't see that in him last season. And that I think that has a lot to do with his confidence. Now Monaco did sack their coach. I do hope that that doesn't like factor into like Ansu Fati's development and like resurgence. But we will see. Like he seems to be on a good pace. Now Monaco does have a buy option at the end of the loan deal for about 12 million. So it'll be interesting to see what Barcelona does with this, especially because we have to, I guess, make a decision between either signing Rashford or like keeping Ansu Fati back, like recalling him back from loan, because you have to realize that Ansu Fati does have a really high salary. He was one of the highest paid salary players when he signed that fresh contract a few years ago. So if we're taking him back, then we have to account for his salary as well. And if we're doing that, then what happens to Rashford? So it's going to be interesting to see how Barcelona makes that decision, and if Monaco triggers that 12 million clause at the end of the season. It'll be interesting to see like do we go with Ansu Fati? Like do we trust him to be fit and like injury free, or do we want to make the splash and like get Rashford? In other news, there's a new wonder kid on the horizon. His name is Gilberto Mora. They're dubbing him as the Mexican Pedri. We've always heard like the next Zidane or the next Ronaldinho, and now the next Messi, the next Ronaldo. But Pedri is just 22 years old, guys. He's just starting his career. He's still in the early stages of his career, and to be already like people are searching for his like the next Pedri and the next replacement of Pedri is pretty insane to me. That just speaks to like what kind of a player he is. Now, coming to Gilbert Amora, he seems to be a really good player. He's currently playing for the under 20 World Cup that's going on right now, and he's playing very well for Mexico. So this season for the under 20 World Cup in Mexico, he has played a total of 4 matches, and he has scored 4 goals. He has 2 assists as well in 4 matches. So that's six goal assist contributions in 4 matches, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, and if you see his other stats, like he has 3.2 successful dribbles per game. He wins about 5 duels per game. He rarely loses his possession. Yeah, he also has a good ball recovery rate, so that's great. It's just like Pedri. Pedri is great at recovering the ball as well. So overall, like he seems to be a promising talent, and it seems like a lot of clubs are racing for him. I know that Real Madrid is also really interested in signing him. I think even Liverpool is interested. And as time goes on, you're gonna hear a lot more buzz about him, which is gonna hike up his price tag even more. But Barcelona is interested. There are reports coming out that we've already contacted his entourage, and we're trying to like negotiate terms. We'll see how that plays out. He's an interesting prospect to watch out for sure. So that's it for the update I had for you guys. I just wanted to like update you guys on what's happening over the weekend, and I know it's the international break is on, and I miss Barcelona football. I miss club football. I do have another video coming out where I'll be explaining Hansi Flick's tactics, what went wrong, what we should fix, and what we can do moving forward as well. And yeah, stay tuned for that. And if you like this channel, if you like this video, hit a like. Please do subscribe. I'd really appreciate you guys supporting this channel. I just want to like talk about my passion for Barcelona. I love this team. I love the game. I love analyzing the game. And I love just like sharing my opinion with you guys. So it'll be awesome if you guys can support me. Well, thank you guys. Have a great weekend and peace out. Visca Barca.